Oh dear, it's really all kicking off now. North Korea now. What are you doing? So of course I'm sure you're aware that obviously the Ukraine-Russia situation is pretty bad and just escalating. Recently the largest submarine on Earth with one of the most dangerous weapons on Earth just went missing, gone off the radar, might be about to be used, so great. North Korea have tested a missile for the first time in a while. Now this is their longest range missile ever and they fired it over Japan. Cool. In Japan, sirens were going off all day and night and they were telling civilians to get inside or underground. So as you can imagine, they'd be a little bit scared. Now because of this, the US and Japanese Air Force started practicing, getting into formations, bombing techniques. Yeah. North Korea have tested 5 missiles within 10 days. And of course this one being the scariest. What's next? Pretty terrifying. Hit that follow button, I'll keep you updated.
2022 just got even crazier, part 52. Firstly, Elon Musk has finally revealed the prototype for Tesla's humanoid robot. It's called Optimus. Its purpose is to eliminate repetitive and boring tasks. Elon says it will cost under $20,000, so will you be buying this? Next, a couple in Brazil is under investigation after they dyed a waterfall blue for their gender reveal party. This possibly caused a nearby town water to be contaminated. I think these gender reveals are just going too far. Now in Indonesia, after a soccer match, fans started to charge the field in anger after a loss. Well, they caused a stampede and at least 125 people died, causing it to be one of the worst stadium disasters in history. Finally, if you want to bring back some nostalgia, McDonald's is now selling adult Happy Meals, so you can now relive your childhood.
This is crazy, and if you're still at school, you're gonna like this. So basically, schools are thinking of actually introducing 3-day weeks. So yeah, you won't be at school 5 days a week anymore. Crazy. The reason for this is because simply they can't afford to keep them open. Getting so expensive to run schools, teachers' salaries are going up. Of course, the cost of living is getting crazy. Therefore, teachers' pay has to be higher, energy costs are higher, so it costs so much more to just power schools for days now. So they're in discussion about this now, but maybe you'll be having 3-day weeks soon. So hit that follow button and I'll keep you updated.
2022 just got even crazier, part 53. Firstly, Russia's most powerful nuclear submarine has just disappeared from their Arctic harbor. It carries a weapon system called the Poseidon, which is the largest nuclear torpedo capable of triggering 1,600-foot tsunami waves. It's capable of making cities uninhabitable for decades, and that's why it's known as the weapon of the apocalypse. Let's hope we find it soon. Next, North Korea has just fired their longest range missile test ever. It was launched over Japan, and it caused Japan to play these eerie warning sounds. To show force against North Korea, the US and South Korea launched 4 missiles into the sea. Finally, on the other side of news, a recent study was done that shows how all blue-eyed people come from the same one ancestor, meaning we're all related. So what's up, cousin?
Oh dear. Here we go again. Yeah, 2022 just gets even crazier. So there's a new disease around and the World Health Organization have already issued a warning for it. It's called the Marburg virus and there's already been several cases in Ghana. Luckily, not anywhere else yet. Now apparently it comes from bats, again. Now it's a very infectious, deadly virus in the same family as Ebola. Nice, sounds good. And as I said, it's spread to people from bats. And then it's also spread from person to person through bodily fluids. Now the initial cases to people that had it have actually died and have also been in close contact with 90 people. Now those 90 people are now under close surveillance and are being monitored constantly, but who knows where else it went. I mean, hit that follow button and I'll keep you updated.
2022 just got even crazier, part 51. Firstly, scientists have calculated the global population of ants. There are about 20 quadrillion ants, or you could say 2.5 million per human. So if they ever wanted to take over the world, they most likely could. Next, thanks to NASA's InSight lander, for the first time ever, we were able to hear what a meteorite sounds like hitting Mars. Now, archaeologists just found fossils of an otter that lived and hunted on land. They were the size of a lion and they were a whopping 400 pounds. And finally, there's a rumor going around that on September 24th, a huge solar flare will hit Earth after a German politician said this.
24th of September 2022 is going to be a day which we will remember, and we're going to say about this day in the future.
However, it is a theory, so don't be that worried.
2022 just gets so much crazier. This is going to sound bizarre and not real, but it is. This is just mental. So in China, scientists have discovered a flipping rainforest under the ground. Nearly 300 feet under the ground in a cave. What? Literally a full-on jungle under the ground which they've only just discovered. So big that it's even got its own microclimates. And look how deep it is under the ground. Now they're checking it all out right now, so I mean, I don't know what else they're going to find, but hit that follow button, I'll keep you updated.
2022 just got even crazier, part 54. Firstly, you need to watch out for this new scam. A woman in Japan was contacted by a so-called Russian astronaut that asked for $30,000 because he is stuck in space and needs the money to return. And they also say if you give the money, they will then return to Earth and marry you. Well, the woman fell for it and gave $30,000. Next, NASA just released the highest resolution video simulation of how the moon was formed. It shows how a giant object the size of Mars crashed into Earth, and hours after, most of it melted and formed as one object, but the mass that was thrown out of the collision then formed the moon. Finally, in 2018, astronomers watched a star get shredded up by a black hole. Well, that same black hole in 2022 started spitting out remains of that exact same star. So where has that star been for the past 4 years?